everybody, I'm Kimberly with cookingwithkimberly.com, and I'm going to show you right now how to make some blueberry spelt muffins. Now spelt, it's a grain and they turn it into flour just like all kinds of other flour, so it's just a type of flour, no big deal, okay? What I'm going to do, I usually would show you the dry ingredients first. Let me set that aside for a second because I want to do the wet ingredients because I don't have all fresh blueberries. I have some fresh blueberries and I've got the rest dried blueberries. So I want them to kind of reconstitute in the wet ingredients while I'm doing the other stuff just as quickly as possible. If you want to reconstitute them, you can put boiling water over them, let them sit 5-10 minutes, and then you're golden. But you don't have to do that. I'm not doing that. You don't have to do it. You got me? Cool. All right, I'm putting those blueberries in this nice shallow bowl, okay? And I'm going to put all of my wet ingredients in. So the first thing I'm going to put in is this lemonade. Now, a lot of baking recipes call for orange juice. I didn't have any orange juice today, and I love showing you substitutions, so I'm using lemonade today. Is it really that far off? It's just another citrus fruit, right? Cool. So the lemonade went in. And next thing going in is this vanilla extract. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is real vanilla extract. Don't use the artificial. It's a byproduct of making paper. It's called vanillin, right? Vanillin. It's not even vanillin, it's vanillin. Anyway, don't eat it. It's bad for you. It has to do with paper. It's not vanilla at all. It smells like it. It looks like it. It tastes kind of like it, but it's bad for you. Don't do it. So in there goes my beautiful extract. Next, 2 eggs. Make sure you don't get any shells. If you do get shells in there, the best way to get them out is to use the actual shell itself. There's my 2 eggs. Sorry, my phone was going off and it was an immediate phone call I needed to get. So you didn't miss anything. I put 2 eggs in. That's a wrap. All right. The next thing going in here is 1/3 cup of milk. If you want to substitute milk for applesauce, by all means, go right ahead. That's cool with me. Do what you got to do. All right. And then the next thing I'm going to do is put 4 tablespoons of oil. Now I'm using canola oil today. You can use safflower oil, sunflower oil, vegetable oil, canola oil. Canola oil has no real flavor, so it's mainly just to accomplish its purpose of being an oil instead of flavoring everything. Because you don't want to use like olive oil. Olive oil has a flavor, and you don't want olive oil flavored blueberry muffin. I mean, I don't. Maybe you do, but I don't. I don't want blueberry flavored olive oil, or vice versa. Gross. All right, so in that goes. So I have my oven on 375 degrees. It's preheating right now. I have a convection oven as well. If you don't have convection, that's no big deal. But if you have convection, put it on. It'll help everything rise and be fluffy in the way you want it to. Okay. So that's all of my wet ingredients except my fresh blueberries. I didn't put my fresh blueberries in. Those are getting put in at the very end, and they're going to be folded in because blueberries are delicate and they will definitely fall apart and be broken. And then you get like that purple, runny, blue-looking muffins instead of muffins that are brown with big chunks of blueberries. Got me? Cool. All right, so this is just going to sit to the side. My blueberries are plumping up. It's a beautiful thing. Next, we're going to do the dry ingredient bowl, and then we're going to pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Okay, here we go. We're going to start off with the type of flour. Here's Spelt flour. This is from Hockley Valley. You can check them out online, hockleyvalley.com. Hockley Valley spelt pasta, or sorry, spelt flour. I'm going to use 2 cups of flour. Now, you might want to check out, I've actually used a spelt pasta before in one of my recipes. I think it's midweek easy pasta dinner something, weeknight pasta. I don't know what it's called. Something like that, but I used spelt pasta, and that was actually very good. I was surprised that it wasn't all gummy, and it, you know, sometimes you get other pastas that are like quote unquote healthy pastas, and they just taste gross, and it was such a waste of everyone's time, in my opinion. But the spelt pasta was very nice. So I'm just going to sift this in. I'm using a colander, or this little strainer, and it looks like a window screen. If you've never used one of these, this is all you do. You just hit it against your hand. That sifts the flour. What sifting means is it makes it light and fluffy like snow, And it makes sure, that means your muffins or whatever you're baking is going to be like more light and fluffy. Also, if you have any weird things that got stuck in there at the factory or in processing or anywhere, you're going to get it out. Like sometimes you might find a little rock or I don't know, who knows. And then sometimes moisture causes the flour to create little balls. See, I have little balls here. I don't want flour balls. I want to push those through the sifters so that they're not all hard. You don't want a big chunky piece of flour in your muffins, do you? I don't. Okay, next thing. Next thing's next. Oh. All right. We're going to add baking powder. Now, baking powder is going to help it rise. We're using 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Make sure your baking powder is like new and fresh. If you don't have fresh baking powder, you're going to cry because everything's going to be like a big hockey puck in your oven. You're not going to be happy at all. I'm also putting that through the sifter. I'm going to put the rest of the dry ingredients through the sifter, so bear with me. And I'm going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Plain old salt. And that goes. And sugar. I'm going to use 2/3 of a cup of sugar. Now, if you have the, that raw, unrefined sugar, go and use that. If you have the most refined kind, the white sugar like this, then use that. You use what you have, you use what you're used to. I don't care. You can use whatever you want. Just get in your kitchen and cook it. That's all. Bake it, do whatever you gotta do. All right, so now everything is in this dry bowl. Everything's in that wet bowl, okay? Now I've got a wooden spoon. I'm just going to evenly combine all of these ingredients in the dry bowl. Okay. My oven has reached temperature. All right. Okay, so into this other bowl. Now you can use a whisk if you really want to, which you know what I might just do just to make sure that my eggs are nice and whisked up. In this wet bowl, there's nothing else in here other than those blueberries, and they're actually plumping up nicely. So yeah, it's a good idea to make sure everything's, combined properly. Now they're nice and fluffy and frothy, these eggs. All right. Half of my eggs, my egg mixture is going to go into this bowl. All right. I'm going to mix it around. Be gentle with it, otherwise you're going to get a big face full of this flour. Now, when it's sifted, it's a lot more fine, and it'll get in the air a lot easier, and it'll be everywhere, all over you and your face, on the floor. You won't be happy, so be gentle working this in first. All right. And the rest of them are going in. All my blueberries, they will continue to plump up as this batter is sitting here, and they will also plump up in the oven. Now, you can use other fruit. Now, today I'm just happened to be using blueberries because I have some I want to use up in my fridge. I had some dried ones I didn't know what else to do with, and I'm going to put them together. But you can use raisins, you can use apricots, you can use dates, figs, any kind of dry fruit, nuts, cool stuff like that. All right, so now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold in these fresh blueberries. I don't have a ton of them, but I'm going to use the rest of them up. In they go. Be gentle. Fold them in. Don't mix them. Don't crush them. Fold them nicely. Just get them covered and evenly distributed throughout this batter. Okay. That's good for me. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. That's what it looks like. Hope you can see it. There you go. Now I'm going to show you the easiest way, my easiest way that I've found to accomplish this task of getting the batter inside of the cups. The most efficient way. I also need a scraper. Where's my scraper? Here's one. Hold on. Sit tight. Do we have to wash the scraper? Okay. This helps you scrape the sides of the bowl. Gets all the batter out you can waste. Okay. Now, I have these silicone muffin, I guess you can't call them tins anymore. They're muffin silicones. I don't know. Anyway, they're flimsy and flexible, and they help you with this non-stick. So muffins stick a lot and they're a pain. You have to cut around the edges, and these are non-stick. They're great. However, let's make it even more non-stick and make our life easier and easier every day by spraying some non-stick spray just to make sure, because I don't want to play with muffins that are getting all broken apart. This is so infuriating to me to bake these beautiful, big, beautiful, fluffy muffins, and then you try and get them out, and they just all fall apart, and they can't get them out, and they're stuck. What a mess. All right, next. So what I do is I just used a whole bunch of measuring cups, as you see, and you're going to use the same thing to do what you've got to do. So what I do is I save one of the nice measuring cups, and I use that to fill up my muffin cups, okay? And I think it's the easiest way. It keeps everything from dripping all over the place, and it works for me. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to fill these up, I think probably 3/4 of the way. And we're going to try and get as many as we can. You're going to have to sit and watch me, or maybe I'll be nice and turn the thing off. But we can talk a little longer. Now you can add seeds to this stuff. I like to also add bee pollen. I like to add bee pollen. If you've never heard of it, don't be weirded out. Bee pollen you can get at your health store and places like that, and it's good for you. It's like a bee product, like how you would eat honey or the royal jelly and stuff like that. It's good for your immune system. You can use it to bake with. You can sprinkle it on your yogurt. You can, do whatever you want to do. It tastes really good. It kind of tastes like honey. It's honey-esque, and it's quite nice, actually. But you can put that in here. To sweeten this, if you wanted to, instead of using sugar, you can use honey. You could have used agave nectar. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you suggestions, and you can fill in the blanks from there with what you have and what you like. Right. You could even use chocolate chips. I mean, you don't have to use fruit or nuts, something healthy. You could use chocolate chips. You could use mint chocolate chips, butter chips, butterscotch chips, vanilla chips. I've seen. Someone told me the other day about cinnamon chips. Never seen those, but those are kind of cool sounding. I'd like to see those one day. Now these are enormous muffin tins, muffin silicones that I'm using. And right now it looks like I've got 6. This is going to be 8 muffins, okay? Probably if you had regular size ones, then you're looking at a dozen, I would say. Okay, in they go. All right, I'm also going to use my scraper, my wooden spoon, scrape all that out. You don't want to waste any of it, especially if there's blueberries in there. Now, into my oven they go for 30 minutes. Now, I'm going to start checking them at about 25 minutes. So let me throw them in. All right. I'm setting the timer. Good stuff. So, also, I'm going to show you this one thing. Hold on. Okay. Around 25 minutes, I'm going to look at them because stranger things have happened, and some days things bake a lot faster than other days, and your ingredients are different every time. Even if you use a specific recipe, the moisture content's different. All kinds of things could go differently. Not wrong, but differently. So cover your bases, check it in 25 minutes, make sure it's not like burning or doing anything crazy, and it should look pretty good and golden brown. You're going to use a cake tester or something pointy. You can use a knife or whatever you want, something pointy that you can stick in. It's metal, or you can use wood. Put that sucker in, and if it comes out completely clean, in other words, it looks just like this, it's done. Take them out, let them cool for a couple minutes, and then take them out, put them on a cooling rack, which is what I'll do, and I'm going to show you that. So you stick it in, if it comes out clean, you're good. If it comes out like mucky, still like doughy and things sticking to it, leave it a couple more minutes. They go about 30 minutes, but start eyeballing it before that. If you need to go a little longer, go 2 minutes at a time, 3 minutes at a time, just to make sure that you don't burn them and they don't go too far. So I guess you'll see them in a minute when they come out. In a minute for you, but 30 minutes for me. Bye. Hi everybody, I'm back. My muffins are done. They were done. I was right. They were done 3 minutes early. So check it 5 minutes early and just see what you're dealing with, okay? They look beautiful today. My mom says they're delicious. The Spelt muffins. Try the Spelt muffins. They're healthy for you. Something different. I'm gonna.
Different from the regular flour.
What's that, Mom?
It doesn't taste any different from regular flour ones.
She said it doesn't taste any different than regular flour. There you go. So I'm gonna pop these open. I figures I would cut one open where you only see like one blueberry right where I cut it. Like, really? Come on. Here, these have lots of blueberries. Look, tons of them. They're all bleeding out even. Like, there's lots. Anyway, trust me, I'm gonna cut it this way. Hopefully it's better. Did you have lots of blueberries, Mom?
Yes.
Okay,
Whoa.
there's blueberries. Awesome. Okay, so there's the blueberries. Put some butter on it. Eat them warm, hot, cold. Toast them. Butter, not butter. Those are good. That's a nice muffin. They're perfectly sweet. The blueberries are really nice. That spelt flour is great. Outside's crunchy, the inside's fluffy. I almost don't want to talk to you right now because these are like so good. Seriously. Anyway, I'm gonna go finish that muffin before I eat my dinner. That's what's up. Alright. So, that's how to make blueberry spelt muffins. How to bake blueberry spelt muffins. That's what's going on. Try these. You will love this recipe. Super easy. Very, very delicious. 30 minutes. That's what's going on. Follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim E with a capital E. Check me out on Facebook, facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on YouTube, youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly, and the site is cookingwithkimberly.com. Go get some recipes, go experiment, go have fun, be a champion in your kitchen, and eat deliciously. Bye!